The news day continues here on One News Now. I'm Riza Diaz. The Health Department logs 870 new COVID-19 cases today. This brings the caseload to above 3,667,000, some 48,700 of which are still active. The virus killed at least 144 more patients, pushing the death toll to more than 57,000. Meanwhile, survivors are now at 3,561,000 with over 1,400 new recoveries logged. Nearly 4% out of more than 24,500 tests recently conducted yielded positive results. 5 laboratories were not able to submit data. New COVID-19 cases in the country are relatively lower lately, but can we expect this to continue? Let's get the answer to that. We have with us this afternoon, Octa Research Fellow, Professor Guido David is joining us via Zoom. Professor Guido, good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon, Riza.
Sir, can we say that we are now on a continuous downtrend in cases?
Well, cases are continuously decreasing, Riza. And we're down to about 1,000 cases per day in the country. As we predicted it will happen by first week of March, and it is the case. But we're hoping, of course, that it will continue to decrease. And in some countries, they have reached a plateau. I mean, instead of continuously decreasing, for example, in South Africa, it plateaued for a while at around 3,000 cases per day. This is not yet happening in our case. We're still seeing a decrease, although the rate of decrease has generally slowed down in many areas of the country. So what that means is, well, we're not sure if it's plateauing or just the rate of decrease has slowed down.
Professor, as to what factors can this decrease be attributed?
Well, we believe that we have achieved a level of population protection in the country. So this is due to vaccination and immunity from infections or for people who got exposed to Omicron. So, and we know that it's primarily Omicron because in many other countries that are still seeing a surge right now, especially in Southeast Asia, the variant that they're seeing is the Omicron. So that's what's happening in Hong Kong, in Indonesia, and in many other Southeast Asian countries.
Professor, you mentioned those areas like Hong Kong, we've seen a surge right now. Are there any indications of a possible surge again here in our country? And if yes, when do we actually expect that?
Well, we're hoping that there will be no surge. I mean, of course, there are going to be 2 possible sources or reasons for a possible surge. One would be a new variant. We're not seeing a new variant yet. But the second one, if we're not careful, and this is why we still need to continue to observe minimum public health standards. The second possibility is due to waning immunity. So I think I mentioned a while ago that that's primarily the reason we're seeing a downtrend in cases because of immunity through natural infection and through vaccination. But we do know that, or at least based on data from other countries, for example, Israel and the US, that after about 3 months, this immunity may decrease. And as long as the virus is still here, it could cause it's possible that there could be a resurgence due to waning immunity. And that's why having booster shots is still very important to protect our population.
Professor, are there still any areas that are registering high COVID numbers?
Well, with less than 1,000 in the country and around 200 more or less in the NCR, we're not really seeing any specific area which is still registering high COVID cases, but there are still areas with still significant hospital occupancy. These are few, scattered all over the country, and there might be different reasons for certain regions having still high hospital occupancy. Some areas still have fairly high positivity rates. So these are somewhat of a concern, but overall, I think, and as we relax the, restrictions because we need to open the economy, there are other, more important concerns right now worldwide, like the conflict between Ukraine and Russia, and the economic impact that this will cause. And that's why, part of the reason we strongly support reopening is because we want to lessen the impact of these events, these international events on us. But at the same time, even though cases are low right now, as mentioned, people should still be mindful of public, health standards. We should still wear face masks, especially indoors, so as not to, so as to prevent a possible surge in cases, especially if the vaccine efficacy starts to wane.
Professor, the Department of Health says it will release COVID-19 bulletins only once a week moving forward. How will this affect your monitoring?
Well, we'll not be able to monitor the trends if we're not getting data. I mean, we'll still get data from other sources, but the national database is very, very important in our monitoring.
Thank you for sharing with us those information. That's Octa Research Fellow Professor Guido David. We'll be back with more stories after the break. Keep it here on One News. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Riza Diaz. More people are seen flocking to parks on the first weekend after NCR was de-escalated to the lowest COVID-19 alert level. Camille Samonte has the report.
Following Metro Manila's shift to COVID-19 alert level 1, families and friends were seen strolling and even having picnic at the Luneta Park on Sunday. The park is now open at 100% capacity. Angie and her friends took advantage of this to finally have their class reunion, but they still made sure that all of them are fully vaccinated and didn't have COVID-19 symptoms.
Kaya nga sabi namin, bawal ang may sipon, may ubo. Kasi pwede po siyang magkaroon ng hawaan kasi tatanggalin mo yung mask mo, kakain ka.
Susan, meanwhile, brought her kids for some physical activities.
Mas maganda po kung dito sa park, ayan, medyo nakakaano ng hangin. Tsaka yung activities, almost 2 years lagi lang sa gadgets eh. So parang hindi maganda. Ngayon napapawisan na sila, very active.
The Manila Ocean Park was also jam-packed with children as more attractions are now open. One of those is the park's Sea Lion Show. Visitors are now allowed to be seated close to each other and eat during the show. Families also enjoyed taking pictures in the oceanarium where different kinds of fish can be seen. However, crowd control is still being implemented in the area due to limited space. Some parents are now confident to bring their kids outside since most of them are fully vaccinated.
Dahil sa sobrang tagal nung lockdown, hindi na sila nakakapunta or hindi na nakakapamasyal, nakakita ng mga ibang yung mga marine life, yung iba't ibang klase ng fishes. Yun. So mostly nakikita na lang nila sa YouTube.
The Manila Ocean Park Management said there is no significant increase yet in the number of visitors, but they expect it to increase due to field trips once more face-to-face classes are allowed.
Manila Ocean Park is really about conservation, taking good care of our animals, and educating the younger generation so that they have a very good experience and they will become also the protector of the environment.
Although the park is operating at full capacity, the management assured the public that wearing of face masks and frequent sanitation are being done. Visitors are also urged to buy tickets online so they can skip the queues. For News 5, Camille Samonte, we are One News.
Let's now take a quick look at today's other top stories. A low-pressure area being monitored by PAGASA has entered the Philippine Area of Responsibility. The LPA was spotted 335 kilometers east of Surigao City. Scattered rain showers and thunderstorms are expected over several parts of Visayas in Mindanao. The Environment Department is scrutinizing the details of a 2017 Memorandum of Agreement with the Masungi Geo Reserve Foundation. The move aims to ascertain its consistency with the provisions of the expanded National Integrated Protected Area System. Now, this came after park rangers were assaulted by people believed to be working for owners of allegedly illegal resorts. And a Filipino pole vaulter, Obiena, shattered his own indoor pole vault record in his second-place finish at the Perche Elite Tour in Rouen, France. Obiena cleared 5.91 meters to break his previous mark of 5.86 meters set during the Orlan Cup in Poland last month. Now, for more updates, visit News 5, the Philippine Star, and Business World Online. Visit our website, onenews.ph, for more in-depth analysis. You can also catch One News on Signal Play app. Register for a free account now at www.signalplay.com and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. I'm Riza Diaz. Mask on, wash hands, and stay safe, Philippines. We are One News.